Thanks to Jessie, we now know who Chinese consumers are and what media platforms we can engage with them on. But how can we engage with Chinese consumers in a way that builds genuine relationships, as opposed to just wanting sales?
Brands should be like already is the authentic, is your brand tonality. It's not only because you're talking to Chinese, your behavior like that. So first of all, your brand is looking in that way. Another thing is like bring that brand, your brand message wise, fully communicate in the platform in the longer term. I think when you're talking about brand building, so no matter which tonality is or which kind of image you want to build, it's taking very long time. So you will never see a brand like building in one day or even 1 year. It takes maybe 3 years or 5 years. So my question is, do you really think it through to want to invest in that and have the patience and consistency to building in that? Because why I'm saying this, because based on my previous experience, like not only in North America but also in China, doing a lot of marketing. So a lot of people or the brands are saying, I want to do my brand, build that, but at the same time, so much pressure from sales. So saying they suddenly change the tonality to very sales driven. I mean, fundamentally we want sales, and brand building helps on making the sales. But really, I want to raise this up. It's like you need to think through how many percentage you want to invest on the branding part and how many to the sales part. Sometimes it's very hard to evaluate the brand part because we have some tools, but it's not all the tools can apply for all the brands. So as a like brand manager, you really need to have that patience and trust your decision and keep doing that. Don't change. Another thing is like I believe all the brand basically you're doing cross platform, no matter it's in Chinese or in the foreign westerns. So make sure your tonality wise, brand image wise is consistent, because the consumers everywhere. It's like I'm using WeChat, I'm also using Weibo, also using Instagram. So I don't want to see your brands to totally like, okay, why is like so different? That would be like lower that brand trust from my side. Also, I think that a lot of brand is like willing to invest on inviting like celebrities or KOLs. So before that, make sure you deep dive into the background, especially when you're trying to find a like foreign like Chinese, a Chinese celebrity or KOL, the influencer to engage Chinese. Do make sure you have the consultant or you have the people really understanding that person or the context. Otherwise, it will be very high risky to bring the bad influence on your brand, especially for on the digital world. So you never know what's happening in next second. So you really need to deep dive into a lot of things to making the decision. And next step is like when you engage with the celebrity and KOLs, you it's better to from authentic ways, like you can co-creation a lot of content with this celebrity rather just like give them a like discount code asking them to help on sales. So that's not brand building. And in China, this part is actually very mature. So one of the case I want to share actually is just recent years, like Mini, the car, the Mini is very iconic, like car belong to BMW. So they are cooperation with a Chinese key influencer KOL. So she actually have nothing with car. She's a fashion blog. She previously is a journalist, but she quit and she's doing her own like designing or the fashion things, and she got a lot of followers. And this is like in the industry, the first time the car brand cooperation with a non-car related person to do such a big campaigns. Like Mini customized for Mini. I mean, in terms of color and interior is unique. So the customer only can buy through this KOL to get this unique one. And also besides this four, also they have the normal car can sell here. So what's happening is after this campaign, like actually a post launched on this KOL, they get like 100 Mini cars sold in 5 minutes. So that is crazy.
Thanks to Jessie, we now understand that building genuine relationships with Chinese consumers means investing long term, ensuring your tone and brand image remain consistent, and engaging with KOLs in authentic ways. To learn more about Chinese marketing, stay tuned for more videos with Jessie. Or get started today by contacting our Chinese digital marketing team.